opinion. But the fact of picking Viper in the 9th pick, because you don't see what IG's mid's going to be, so Viper doesn't have a lot of bad lane matchups. You can even play it as an off lane. We've seen a couple of teams play it. Even actually JT's played the Viper off. I think it's more than likely going to go mid though.
We're going to pick a Wind Ranger. Okay.
Is it Lina mid? Because I like the Lina matchup versus the Viper. They'll probably hold it to C. Never mind. It is, well, okay. I guess they both have similar style where you can secure CS with the Dragon Slave, you can secure CS with the Power Shot, and it will be Viper offlane. That's going to be really good versus the Ogre. That's going to be really good versus the Ogre. They might tri-lane though. Ogre, Drow, Lina. You probably want to tri-lane and kill Viper a couple times. Because once this, like, you get a big power spike at level 3 when you get 2 points in poison attack. In your early laning stages, sometimes we see you just pick up Nether Toxin, try and shove in the lane and get that faster level. So you can then pressure them once they're farming under the tower, which honestly Chalice could do. But I really would like to see IG maybe set up with a tri-lane down bot at the very start, just to try and make Chalice hate life. Probably the play, but here we go. We got a couple of Wind Ranger. I don't think we've seen Wind Ranger so far throughout the group stages. We're seeing a Viper offlane with which we've seen JT play it, so they're gonna have some, potential of being able to have an understanding of how this Viper kind of wants to play. But Radiant, they do have 3 very squishy heroes: the Drow, Wind Ranger, Lina, to keep that in mind. But Invictus Gaming, they're still looking for their first series victory of the group stages here. EHOME trying to secure a potential game 3. Triple mango to start for Sven. Ooh. They're so cool. These are actually awesome. And there's some other ones as well that I can't remember now, like the violin stabs or something like that. They did some, honestly, they did well with the Halloween time. They released some very dope bear stuff. Here we go. What do we got? What little shenanigans are they going to pull out here? Is they place a ward? I swear I heard them place a ward. Take a look at Dire. One's on Emo. Yeah, they did. On the high ground. No? Where is it? I know it's there. Why is it bugged? Man, why is it bugged? I think it's here? Yeah, it must be here, because it was that tree's blocking it. So just trying to get the lane set up that they want. Are they gonna dodge the... It looks like they want to dodge the Viper matchup up top here. So what, they're gonna put... Hang on, does Tide want a lane versus this? Isn't this not what you want? Yeah, they're making sure till they see. They saw Chen bot. They haven't seen Sven just yet. So Sccc just hiding in the trees. It was a 2 for 2 with the bounties. And Fade's also trying to get the lane set up as well. But he'll see the supports, but that's about it. We'll probably see both the cores just hitting creeps. And never mind, okay, Sccc is going to show. xNova also took the range creep away. So, alright. No gold, no extra little bit of experience as well. So yeah, they're going to put JT in that Sven lane. I still don't know. Oh, they actually have Kaka. I don't mind this. Double ranged is going to feel pretty rough as... Oh, Fate. Cheeky self. Kaka won't be able to get it.
Has been killed.
Okay, well, I think... The big thing is, you want to lane the Drow Ranger with your melee 5, but I feel like Ogre just wouldn't have been able to do well in this lane versus the Viper, so I understand why they switch it, but I think that's exactly how this lane's going to go. Like, it's, if once they get level 3 for the Viper, like, you will not be able to stay in the lane at all. But mid lane, that's a very good start for Emo. 8-3. The damage is, what, 65 compared to the 72. XM's actually got 90 if you keep in mind with the Quelling Blade. But again, the right-click animation from your Doom is very bad. And he's also got not the greatest armor. So we see Emo just being able to trade very well with thanks to the win run. And Emo should have a relatively good time this game. I mean, not too many stuns you have to worry about. Oh, is that not just going to get dewarded? Was that just not super obvious? Let's see. Did he silver? Yeah, it looks like he did. You hate to see it. Quick power shot. Take a look down bot. Sccc 10-1. Tidehunter. It's only got 6 last hits at the moment. It did get a nice pull coming through. But they're actually going to bring everyone up top as Chalice is falling incredibly low here. Even Fade's going to be careful as well. So they try lane now, which I think you missed a massive opportunity to kill the Viper at level 1. Like, you have so much kill threat. You've got a point target stun set up for your Lina. What?
Hot or not.
So does Lina want to go bot with Ollie TPing here? They think it's going to be a different matchup. Well, I don't think Ollie can trade though, and this is a hero that really wants to be able to trade, and you're not the fastest either. So once Chalice hits level 3 with this next creep wave, I'm pretty sure Ogre's just going to die. But we'll wait, we'll check back up there in a couple of seconds. Actually, no, I don't want to miss it, so we'll see. Yeah, Chalice is close. He needs the creeps to die. Oh yeah, Lena's going to TP back down bot. He's having a very good time. Sven's now caught back up. He's actually ahead. Making a long wrap around. They blocked that camp, so wants to make sure he can get one of the upgraded creeps. He'll find the Hellbear Smasher. That attack speed's actually really nice for Doom in the lane. The fact that you don't really have the greatest attack animation, so just being able to kind of... You're not really trading harassment with the Wind Ranger, but at least being able to try and help secure some more CS and even an extra deny as well. But here we go, Chalice. Dust has pushed up a little bit too far here, so instantly Chalice is wanting to hunt the Drow Ranger. They'll be fine. The position, at least now you've got a really tanky position 5. Like, as a Lina, you kind of have to play a little bit more passive as well as xNova and Sccc. You're going to be able to find first blood down bot. Really nicely done from them. The Lina's going to end up falling.
Not this time.
Illusion.
This is not how I thought the Ogre would be able to play. Thought he'd be actually in a little bit more trouble. The good thing about Doom, once you get to this stage in the lane, you just have, what, 3 points Scorched Earth, so you can just pop that ability every time there's a creep wave there. You shove it out, maybe even farm up the jungle a little bit. Just gives you time to be able to go back, devour up, maybe set up for some rotations. A little bit too early for the rotations right now, but it's a 1,000 net worth lead, so Radiant very good to the start of the lanes. We see both the Viper and the Tidehunter not having too good of a time, at least last hitting wise. Down bot though, xNova. Trouble here, brother. Got a TP, but luckily enough, Kaka has a way to be able to stop that. He's trying to juke and jive, but Kaka will get the stun connection, and xNova's going to end up falling. JT will claim it with the Anchor Smash. And meanwhile, oh, they got the telekinesis dust. There we go. There's that first kill on the Viper. He'll let the damage over time deal with it so he can try and last hit as well. Really nicely done. He's going to miss out on a couple of creeps here too. As meanwhile, Lina just scurries away as Sccc was trying to get involved there. This is very, very good coming through from the boys on Radiant. The big kill on the Drow. This is... Every time Chalice gets an extra point up in poison attack, the massive, massive power spike for you. So it's going to get to the stage where... And also, actually, I didn't speak about it, but Drow, yeah, no TP, so he's going to have to make the Walk of Shame back up to the top lane. I guess the Walk of Shame is kind of when you die, TP back, and then die again. Man, already Javelin completed. That's so nice. Oh, they didn't get the block. Oh, that's really rough. Maybe they don't want to just bring out another sentry, not prioritizing it, but Doom's actually going to think about coming down bot. Which he's also got Doom leveled up at 6, so I mean, he's probably going to hit 7 by the time he's got the Devour back up if he wants to. But they're actually giving the lane over to Fade, which is interesting. I mean, Doom, Scorch Earth, you can farm the jungle relatively well, probably like 2 camps with it. And now you're giving the mid lane over to support who's able to do a lot with it. Emo, nice shackle onto the creep. Radiant, they are coming over. I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill fast enough, and he actually does with the maxed out power shot. Really nice performance there. Emo finds a cheeky little snipe with a shackle. Any stacks for SCCC? Actually, hang on. What's happening up here? Zoli, he's going to block the Ancients as well. Instantly xNova. Really nicely done. Someone you see running up there like that is going to be pretty aware that he's making at least warding, or potentially dropping a sentry. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's any stacks at the moment. Oh, there is one at the hard, but none at the Ancients, which we'll probably see Chen start to put a little bit of emphasis on. And they want to group up because Chalice is super strong. He's got that 3 points up in the poison attack and XM. He's hunting. They're going to try and protect out Oli though with the TP rotation from Kaka. If they can just hold back and stall out XM to at least keep them alive. They don't really want to trade the fighters actually. SCCC is going to show up thanks to the Chen TP up to the top lane here. So Oli will fall. It will now free up bot for Tidehunter, and if they want to TP down the Drow to put pressure on the tower, but Drow's only level 4. So this is really important from Radiant to shove in, and Viper's actually going to go bot. Okay. And now you can lane verse Tide, because already, even though JT has, he had a pretty good start, Chalice just going to be, this is the lane that they wanted to dodge, the Viper versus the Tide. But they know that Viper TP'd into bot, so Chalice is kind of stuck here. And he's also sees the rotations coming through as well. But what I wanted to say, this is a great rotation from EHOME. You want to group up with the Chen super early to be able to take some objectives. And you also know the Drow Ranger is a hero that doesn't farm the jungle fast until you get level 6 kind of. Like even level 6, that marksmanship not one hitting is, it's still a pretty big factor. XM. They might just try and get Ogre instead. But even Emo's here. XM, Shackle's going to connect. Fade should be able to provide some distance at least with the telekinesis. The Doom's going to come through, but still the damage is there with the Ravage clicking onto 2. Ogre falling low. Along with the Wind Ranger, is going to get chased down by Fade with the right clicks. Kaka will get the deny. Nicely done. So it's a 1-for-1 with a couple of ultimates forced out there, but Doom will end up falling. Meanwhile, SCCC is just taking some fat stacks. Gets a broom handle, gets a Talon. It's going to feel pretty nice for him. Radiant are going to have a massive net worth lead this game. Like, they're going to have super... I mean, you already take a look, 3,000. But you got to keep in mind, like, Drow doesn't really have this wave clear, or... not wave clear, I should say, the neutral farming potential of someone like a Cleave on this Ven. And now Drow's actually just dead. They don't have a TP cancel. Well, they do with the creeps, but... Oh, Dust, actually, no, he runs back forward. That's going to waste a little bit of time. Can he juke and drive? They've got one stun. A second comes out as well. So Dust just a little bit too far pushed up with the Drow. Now that's further delaying this. Yeah, I'm worried. Because SCCC is going to have a free game with the rotations that comes out from the Doom and the Viper. And you got to keep in mind, every time, like XM, he doesn't have the Devour maxed out. He doesn't have the Devour maxed out, but he's still going to get an immense amount of gold. And Sven as well, just being able to farm up the Triangle Camp for free. He's going to be super farmed as well. So around like 20 minutes, Radiant probably going to have at least one item ahead of the cause here, which could be a little bit worrisome for someone like the Drow, someone like the Ranger, the Lina, because they are very squishy. So you're just having the sustain that's going to come out from Radiant with like a Doom and a Chen, and they're actually taking the stack away. And even Kaka's going to be careful. Nicely done from xNova. They got the double boulder as well with the follow-up. If Chalice can just get in range, but it looks like it doesn't even matter. xNova just does it himself pretty much. Man, he's such a good Chen player. We saw it on LGD when he was there. We see it now on EHOME. And DICE don't have anyone really to take objectives. Like Drow eventually, yes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But Radiant just going to be able to occupy the map, get full control out where they want to. You take a look at the experience. Everyone is 7 and above for Radiant, whereas Dire They've got Lino, who's only 5, which is pretty important. Not having that burst potential with the Laguna Blade, but it looks like just got the Tome.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Even Drow's pretty low as well. Like, you get a lot of... Drow gets a decent amount of your farming speed as well from your levels. Like, more points in Frost Arrows, works with the multi-shot. But now we're probably just going to see, like, Drow really has to position around this side of the map. Like, the bottom 2 farming camps around the triangle as well. Just so you can at least keep up somehow with this Ven. But the fact that Radiant can just occupy top and probably take this tier 2 tower at a very good timing is going to give them a lot of potential to be able to take Roche super early as well. I mean, Chen's already got mech. Viper's building into an Atos, which is so good this game. We saw yesterday the Bloodseeker performance. Oh, Kaka. Telekinesis back into one of the first stuns. The second, another follow-up LSA. This is a masterclass Chen performance. Radiant, they want to take the fight, but XM's here as well. Looks like they might just give away xNova. He's actually TPing someone in. A little bit late, though. So Emo gets the kill with the double damage rune. They do purge it off, but he got full usage out of it pretty much. They get away all the Chen creeps as well. Ooh, one more right click. Yeah, they do. A couple blinks. Actually, Tide goes for a blink. He had the Vlads queued up. But I don't have a real easy way to initiate, so it looks like now with the blink ravage potential. And XM's actually going to go for the blink next as well. We've seen they also suffer some way to be able to initiate. But yeah, so what I was trying to say about the Atos. So yesterday the Bloodseeker Atos build against some of these very position-based squishy ranged heroes. And they've got 3 of them on our IG. So this is going to be a very good Atos game. Big fan of the pickup here actually from the Viper. They're going to try and make a wrap around with this smoke on the high ground. Ollie's going to end up getting shown. Now Radiant, they might smoke themselves. They don't really have any items that they just picked up. I guess just the Atos, but they want to try and smoke up and head to the triangle. They know the Drow, who I believe showed at that bottom creep wave, more than likely going to be farming around the Ancients. And now Dust on this high ground position. They might be able to link up and take the tier 1 bot. Actually, Sven wanted to join them there, so he didn't continue pushing it in. I guess he can just right-click it with God Strength if he really wants to. And now they're also taking a stack away as well, so this is pretty big. That's going to be a lot of gold now taken away from Invictus Gaming. And this tier 1 tower is super important. Mid tier 1 and bottom tier 1 is how you're able to keep your triangle camp protected. So now that EHOME have taken away all the tier 1 towers, they're going to be able to get further map control and it will make their infiltration movements into the triangle camp a lot easier. It gives you some more opportunities and options to choose from.
Top tower is under attack.
But they themselves, they want to try and take this offlane tower from EHOME. They've got Kaka who's hitting it though, and oh, Chalice. He's going to run forward here. Emo with Blink. He doesn't get the shackle connection, but it won't matter as the damage from Wind Ranger is through the roof at the moment. Emo's having a very good game, but meanwhile, XM just solo kills off Kaka. He drops the Doom for it. He's still got to be careful. I guess without the focus fire, and XM's pretty tanky. They're right next to the tier 1 tower if they've got some TP rotations. They've got the Hand of God as well. It's going to be a hard kill, but JT with the Ravage cancels out the Hand of God. Now he's going to get the mech as well, and with the sustain, they won't be able to kill Doom. They can turn. Emo, he's in trouble with the Rin Run. Brings about to come back up as well. Oh no, they miss it. And Emo, oh, he gets away. Nicely done. That's a big kill if they got Emo. That Ravage was almost like perfectly timed to stop the mech and stop the Hand of God. Fortunately, just was not enough as now they're actually going to walk into Roche here. They've got the medallion from Chalice. They know Ravage is on cooldown as well, which is a big, pretty much their only team fight. Dire. They want to opt for a fight here, however. How do they get the initiation? Smoked up who they can find. Emo's going to blink forward. Doesn't get the shackle landing, and now Drow's actually caught out with the Atox. He's going to be careful. Chen's going to get bursted down. No, he actually doesn't fall. The one's going to keep him alive a little while longer. Meanwhile, Sccc is trying to deal with Roshan as well. Will be able to claim the Aegis, and now they'll turn 2 dead from Invictus Gaming. They're straight on top of Dust on the high ground key. Nicely done from XM. Constantly hunting the Drow Ranger so she doesn't feel safe to right-click through that engagement. A big Roche fight coming through, and you see without the Ravage there, it just felt very awkward from Invictus Gaming. They didn't need that mech, didn't need the hand of God, just this drawn out sustain that you're able to provide. And Lena actually, do they know she's up here? Well, Chalice is going to find her. Just another cheeky old kill going their way.
Is under attack.
My poison works.
And this is what I was kind of worried about. Like, you take a look at the net worth, like Radiant are 9,000 ahead, 17 minutes into the game. And we brought up that it's going to be probably 20 minutes in where both the cores on Radiant have an item ahead. And Drow has actually just got no item. So Drow's got no involvement this game, especially now that Radiant have kind of itemized. And, you know, we already see Sven. They've been winning these fights without a BKB on Sven, without a BKB on Doom. So this is going to further enable you to run through fights without a care in the world. Emo has already blinked. xNova doesn't have a cancel, and the Atos isn't there.
Dire's middle tower is
Looks like they're setting up for top, potentially. So all cylinders clicking here for the boys over on Radiant. Looking very, very good with how this game game 2, I should say, is turning out. And now they're getting their items, which they already have a lead ahead. So how... And the fact that EHOME now, with the Aegis, like, this is just where you want to group up. Because Emo wants to kind of pick people off with the with this build that he's gone. Blink, Javelin, Focus Fire. It's going to make it very difficult to be able to do so once EHOME start grouping up. And they've got all the utility coming out as well. So they should feel very content with doing so. Knowing that Dire kind of have to go for this pick off, and maybe they can only really team fight when JT has Ravage, which he does have right now. They're going to try and smoke up down bot to see who they can find, but it's very awkward. Chalice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Didn't fully shove out the wave, but it was a little bit of damage there. Radiant want to get this tier 2 tower before the 20 minutes. They need to start getting to work on it. They still got a minute 10. They should be able to do it pretty easily with all the heroes they have here.
Is under attack.
There we go. First tier 2 tower down. They've got the outpost control. So it should be all the experience going their way. And if they want, they can link up to bot to fight around the bounty. Do they have a smoke? They do on xNova. Like, you could probably show maybe this Ven here and then TP 4. Oh, sorry, and then smoke with 4. Or they don't even care, it looks like. You just take tier 2. Like, you know how strong you are. You still got ages for another just under 2 minutes.
Structures are fortified.
What's the Drow got meanwhile?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Not good. Not good at all. You've not found a whole lot of farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is there a ward on the high ground? There is. What are they positioning here for? They want to get the creeps? They do, it looks like. Just maybe thinking about them going high ground, I guess. JT's even going to stick... Oh, never mind. He's tipping now. All right. But the next objective really from Radiant, they're just going to try and shove in bot. You already see Vipers pushing it in. They're linking up by the bounties. So even... I mean... That's really nice for them. They get the tier 2 tower, you force all of Dire back, you're still going to be able to get all the bounties across the map as well. So they didn't even have to smoke up to take a fight. You get a tier 2, you get all 4, feels so worth it. I thought they would have had to at least take a fight to get the bottom bounties. And now as Sccc, he doesn't even have the Ags complete. I mean, it's... Oh. Actually, never mind. Disassembles, got the Ags now. And now this is just like... What are you going to do with a Superman constantly on top of these position-based heroes that Dire have?
Dire's bottom tower
It's going to be very, very awkward. Tide needs to tank up this game. But I don't think he can even tank up, though, because he's against the Nether Toxin on the Viper, which just completely hard counters you. And I don't think they've got, like, a 4-star or anything for positioning. I mean, their supports are super poor.
Radiant's top tower
They're going to walk up. I mean, Aegis for just another 15 seconds here. But Sccc, they pop the God Strength and they really want to try and put the pressure on. They know that Dire is super far behind.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
You end up losing that tier 1 tower up top meanwhile, but they want to just go back and reset because they got the glyph popped out there. So I guess maybe you got what you came for. Well, you probably wanted a bit more, but a glyph is worthwhile. Yeah, speaking about the Tide, we brought up, I don't know what the build actually is for JT, so I can kind of understand, like, Solar Crest just heavily enables your Drow Ranger, but I feel like you don't have someone who can sit in the front line, and I think that's what you need this game. But then again, you know, playing against the Viper, it probably doesn't matter how tanky you are, because that Kraken Shell is a lot of your potential to frontline. So maybe if you can tank a couple of abilities. But do they have a way to be able to get rid of the Lincolns from
Radiant's
Emo?
middle tower
What's
is
XM
under
got?
attack.
He's holding War Stomp, okay. Does he need War Stomp? The control's honestly not bad. Sven's almost got 20 talent. You got Telekinesis plus probably a potential stun still. Oh, Dire? XM's under a ward. I don't know if they burst down the Doom without killing the Chen though. That's my real big issue. As you've got, what, plus like 500 health? Yeah, 300 health from the Greaves, 250 from the Hand of God. That's only level 1 at the moment as well. So I'm surprised actually how low of a level Chen is. Damn, Drow is super low. But yeah, taking a look. I mean, you got Atos. Fade's probably going to get, like, you got 3 stuns you can steal. Shackle, LSA, Fire Blast. More than likely going to be able to get something, even a Silence as XM. He's hunting Oli here. He doesn't have really any help at all. I mean, Emo's there. That might try and at least give him some protection. He actually even pops the BKB. That is your 10-second BKB charge, but instantly top's already shoved in. So without the Ogre, remember they don't have Glyph as well, which was already forced out previously.
Tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
How can you contest this? Emo tries to blink forward. He's already used that focus fire now, so you got to be careful. But the LSA lands. JT with the Ravage Wall. They're going to try and burst him down, but they just get the Greaves fast enough now. SCC with the BKB pop. They're going to try and turn straight inside the base. The Superman goes. Tide's going to end up falling. There's a buyback from Oli, but that'll turn into a dieback now as they've got the slows.
Are under attack.
Man, what a turnaround coming out. Full set of racks claimed up top.
Dire's top
Radiant,
barracks
do they
has
want to
fallen.
stick around? Doom's on cooldown. All the sustain from Chen's kind of gone, but the Hand of God and Greaves. SCC's BKB's on cooldown as well. And the Gods strength up buyback on the Tide. Chalice in trouble, but he's still pretty tanky on the front line. They're actually going to try and turn and find Emo here, who's in trouble. They'll drag him back. It's a nice LSA with Shackles, but he's still going to end up falling. He's got a buyback. He's going to rejoin them somehow. Chalice is still alive. Gets a Viper Strike out into the Nether Toxin. The break's there, but Radiant, got to be careful as a Shackle. Emo, he finds 2. He's got the Focus Fire as well. Sven's pretty tanky. He's going to try and turn. The Lincoln's going to get popped here, but SCC, he's in trouble. He doesn't have too much help coming out. Fade's going to try and do as much as he can. Even Viper's going to buy back as well. XM's taking up a lot of the abilities on the back line with the Warsome holding Emo in place. He's going to be careful. There's going to be a dieback from your Wind Ranger, and SCC is somehow still alive. The Superman further away finds the Drow. Now with the 2-man stun, Shackles stolen from Fade. That's it. They've got to call it. As Invictus Gaming tap out of Game 2 after a 25,000 net worth victory, 24 minutes in from EHOME. A very nice comeback performance from them from Game 1 to Game 2. Beautiful draft. We saw the priority getting rid of the Morphling, big factor. Completely different switch up. The draft looks flawless. This last pick Viper to help deal with the Tide Hunter. You get the lanes, you do really well in the lanes to be expected. And then we brought up this 20 minutes. EHOME, they have 2 heroes that Sven has a innate farming mechanic with the cleave. Doom has innate, farming mechanic as well with the Devour. So you're going to have this kind of enhanced net worth lead where you have like an item and maybe even an item and a half lead where you then just run all over Invictus Gaming. And just the itemization as well coming out for them was pretty flawless. So the Viper offlane, the Solar Crest Atos is looking really good. Like Atos against a position base, Solar Crest to buff up your cores. Honestly, the Chen as well. We've seen a couple of Chens, and every time we've seen, I don't think we've seen Chen lose so far throughout the group stages. any team that picks it up has played really well and flawless through the play style of just grouping up, taking objectives. They did a good job. I think in about 8 minutes, we saw them rotate top with the Chen TPing in SCCC. They got that tier 1 tower, and then it made it very awkward because the Drow had to go back and farm the jungle, but she was only level 5, so it didn't have the ultimate, which is gaming though. They want to prioritize that Doom ban, taking that one out of the pool. We see it does leave in the Mars, however, which Invictus Gaming are going to try and pick up here. And they first phase into it, and they actually go for the Shaman as well, which we have seen. We've seen some teams try and attempt to run the Shaman. So I'm intrigued to see how it's actually going to end up working for them. Because this is a hero who hasn't really had too much success as a position 4. We've seen a further increase how early you'll be able to get the Deso BKB, and then once you have that, like, this game looks super easy. XM. Okay, I will say Radiant, they're gonna be pretty slow. Like Mag really wants like double items in the Blink Echo. So, and also with the Phantom Assassin, like, you really want to try and find the farm with the Empower and just play a little bit more slow. I mean, I guess, again, PA can come online early, though, because you don't have to buy a Battle Fury. You've already got this built-in farm.
30 seconds to battle.
So maybe IG with their early magic damage before BKBs. Like, I actually think that's how they have to do it. They're going to have a lot of magic damage, so whether... You know, we'll see what Chalice wants to itemize for this game. But if IG can kind of at least stamp out if they can put pressure early, then... But again, though, like, they don't have the greatest lineup to run at you, and you don't really initiate fights either.
The battle begins.
Gonna be, 2 for 2 bounties apiece. Looks like there's no real... interesting lane setups here. It's just going to be the 3 and the 4s, the 1 and the 2s. Sorry, the 1 and the 5s. Oh, I see that though. Ollie was thinking about wrapping down. Fade's going to make sure they just see the Lunar, I guess. Give him a couple of right clicks. Does have very good regen. I mean, I guess the power's helping out. Giving you 1+, but base regen's not bad. Well, Rubik's got 3.5. We got both branches though. So we'll keep a look. I mean, what's the lane? This mid lane's going to be... I mean, XM should never get a kill on Zeus just because of how he can position. Both these heroes, any Zeus lane is kind of just you trade farm. Like, that hero's going to shove the wave in under the tower. Maybe Emo can get like a lucky rune and find a kill, like a haste potentially to dive. But I feel like both these heroes are just going to be able to find the farm. If anything's really going to happen, like, we'll see a lot of aggression. But level 2 from both Kaka and Mars is where they find kills. And you can kind of man fight against the Undying relatively well. Like, even though it is a strength offlane hero, so JT is not going to feel too nice about it. You've got a position 4 with 76 base damage. And there you go, level 2s. I want to see them get aggressive instantly. I mean, unfortunately, the wave is shoved in. And you can probably audio attack the wave and then dive Radiant. That would feel nice before they get their 2s as well. Because if xNova gets soul ripped with a wave diving underneath, that's going to be some extra heals. SCCC even with like a Phantom Strike jump, but man. Just try and trade the farm. You shove it in, and then you can also drag the wave like Kaka is doing. Nicely done from xNova. It's not going to matter. Well, at least they don't lose the range creep, which is something. So it's just a lot of harassment. They're going to need an immense amount of regen, and SCCC is not going to have much coming out. Top lane, actually. Ollie TP won't be able to get it as Chalice secures first blood. Luna's actually going to take a decent amount of damage as well. If they can find another lucky shot proc. Oh, he didn't get it. This right click, no. If you got it earlier, then that would have been a lot of harassment. But first blood's going to come out. Chalice would be the one to find that. Ag's a bit weak. Emo's going for 201. You having a bottle come through, back up to top as Dust with the telekinesis. He's in trouble. Oracle TP to try and survive previously, so he's going to have to run back to the lane. So without the support to help him, that's another kill. Uh-oh, man. This Luna not having a good lane is not going to be good at all. Wait, JT's got an urn? Interesting. Well, a beautiful start for EHOME at the top side of the map here is Kaka. They've got the level 3. So do Radiant though. You see xNova is doing a very good job at tanking up a lot of the damage here. Bringing out the sustain just to be able to trade and constantly spam out that decay.
Denied.
I wish we got to see a little bit more at top, to be honest, because I'm surprised at how well they did in this matchup. I'm just always keeping an eye on bot, because this is where I'm imagining the kills are going to come from, and we see Undying. He's actually not going to get bursted down, and if they can turn JT, he might also actually be in trouble with the tombstone. He's relatively healthy, but man, the decays do so much damage, taking away that health pool against their strength hero. This is looking grim. 4-0, 1,000 net worth lead, super early. They might lose Fade. Nice, actually, telekinesis holds back Emo. Very nicely done. And now, I mean, this bot lane's now looking a bit of a yikes. They don't get too aggressive with those level timings, and now Ollie's probably in trouble top. He's going to get rid of the lucky shot slow. Fade still has that telekinesis on cooldown, unfortunately, but they are chasing him. They want to harass here, and they're doing such a good job at it. What is Tango got? He's gone Bassi, some Tangos, so a lot of just constant spam with the abilities. And there we go, Dust goes through with the swashbuckle. Ollie can try and help out. It actually does kill off the Pango with the burst, but Dust might be the consequence of the regen coming through from the Tango. Is going to try and juke and jive. He does get the vision thanks to the creep, but a salve will be enough to get him out of the threshold of a potential death there. So they do have a lot of magic damage, like maxed out, well, high points in Beam with Purifying Flames, 180. Beam is 150 as well. More than likely, you'll see probably the Luna. Oh, actually, JT. Gonna drop the Tombstone. Kaka's here, but JT might be in trouble. Nice Spear's gonna push back the Phantom Assassin. He's unable to disengage towards the tower, so just stuck inside the tree line. They should be able to slowly and methodically bring him down as though Kaka. JT's going to end up falling here. He's got the one and out. Oh, never mind. What can he turn? JT, the Jukes, they need one more right click. He does it. Double kill with the help of the Thunder Gods. Nicely done. Forgot the global potential of the Zeus that had the 6 picked up already. Man. They didn't kill him fast enough. The shackles, that spear just pushed away the PA, which was kind of the damage they needed to get him in that threshold. And 3 kills from Invictus Gaming in the past minute and a half here, I guess we'd say. Now, Pango top. So I do want to see if Dusk goes like 3. I've seen 3-0-2. Just the Beam's really nice for the lane, for the harassment, and being able to, well, it's not too bad to be able to secure CS, because you've got a decent mana pool. Fade, telekinesis into the TP rotation from Mag. XM, Shockwave back into the RP. Nothing Ollie's going to be able to do to protect the Luna. Nice rotation. Could you see? Look at where the creep wave is. That rotation is enabled because the Mag shoves in the wave and he's not losing anything right now. And it'd honestly be, if Emo didn't arc lightning, he would have been able to deny maybe 1 or 2 creeps, but... And that's so nice. The fact that XM shoves in the wave, so he hasn't got a reason to be mid. He's got no creeps to kill. So he can TP top, drop RP, which he's not really going to be able to use on Emo. If he did, he'd probably have to like skewer under the tower. And then that would allow for TP rotations. I don't think he'd kill Emo through an RP, and then he'd probably just feed. So really, really nicely done. That's a beautiful rotation, allowing them to get the kill. But bot lane, we're going to see another one as JT. He's on a killing spree. Drops that arena on top of the Undying. SCCC might feel a little bit more safe here just because Arena's on cooldown, but I feel like he's still... Oh, actually, Zeus coming down. Never mind. He's not safe at all as they find the spear connection. There's going to be a TP rotation, but looks like it's going to be a little bit too late. As though Emo might end up falling. Fade will find it. Now, he's going to be able to stay alive as well. They don't have any stuns, and Fade's pretty speedy.
is under
He's going to try and run up to the northern side, but they will get vision at the last second, so JT will find it. Dominating spree, small earn charges for him. They even get the shackles on top of the Undying as well. They've got the full combination. Kaka without enough mana for the Ether Shock. Is that going to be the damage required to find the kill? We'll take a look as xNova. Falling pretty low here, man. JT is hitting super fast with the treads, and they should be able to continue with the drive. Oh no, he misses a spear. And now xNova can get the decay. He's actually going to drop the tombstone. They've dived too far here. Saw rips up in a couple seconds. xNova, there's the kill. Uh-oh, JT, you hate to see it. The skew actually doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that was a really good start for the Mars, but then he kind of just feeds away his life. XM, another TP rotation for him. And now xNova's level 5 as well. Sccc is actually going to go Master Madness. Okay. But we didn't get the last hit. How didn't he get that? Points dagger. He went 2-2. I swear I've been seeing more maxed out dagger, but like... So what's it up? Up by 25. Mana's only 5. Extra -2 seconds on the cooldown. Okay. I think the jump potential was the big thing in the lane. Chalice got Rolling Thunder as well. Dust. This is the ultimate. Can Chalice get his out fast enough? He won't be able to. The Eclipse is going to be able to burst him down thanks to Kaka locking in the Pango. You see Kaka's like, alright, we get the kill. I'm going to go to try and snag away the bounties, but they will see the Shaman's placement here. They saw him walk up the high ground. There's already a sentry where that is though, so it's going to get D-warded. IG, they're bringing the Goon Squad. All the boys are coming over. Radiant, they will be able to see this. They can take the fight. xNova, drop the Tombstone down. He's going to be able to do so, but now they've got to be careful because Chalice, inside this choke point, is going to be able to utilize the Rolling Thunder. Actually wants to try and find Dust with the help of XM. Nice juke back and forth. They'll still... Oh, no, they actually don't get the follow-up stun. He needs some body blocks coming through. Although with the drag back into the RP, they'll end up losing Luna. We'd take a look back around the triangle camp as Sccc with the help of Fade. Oh, they stole Serpent Wards, actually. So this is one thing, actually, that I didn't bring up in the draft. Well, we'll talk about this. It's a 3-for-1. As Dai, I mean, they tried to bring all the numbers to take that fight and take away the bounty room potential, but, ugh, yuck. PA with Blur and a Cleave just somehow taking a stack at 10 minutes in. So yeah, one thing I didn't bring up in the draft is actually that I'm seeing a lot lately is the Shaman to deal with the Undying. You drop the Serpent Wards, which just instantly kills off the Tombstone. So that's what I've been seeing at least. I'll take a look back after this game, but yeah, I feel like at least 75% of the time I've seen the Shaman has been in response to the Undying. Because the lane's not the... Honestly, I think the lane's not the worst with how well you can trade and your burst potential. And then you're being able to deal with the Tombstone is going to feel pretty nice, but... Big look. Royal Jelly, that's... Woo, love to see it for the Zeus. Who else got it? Luna got it, alright. Do they have any stacks for the Luna? That's a triple? Yeah, triple. Is that actually a quad? Is that a big one? That might be a quad. It's kind of glitching out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. It's not. Never mind. So it's a triple. Okay. That's still a fat stack as down bot. XM. It's got the blink forward to drag back Ollie. JT's in range. Skill's going to connect, but it's on the Mag, who's incredibly tanky. They spear push away the Oracle. But Radiant, right next to the T1 tower, have some rotations potential. Chalice is going to be able to Rolling Thunder forward. Wants to try and find the Zeus, but he's already got outside the river, so won't be able to have that chain stun potential.
You are up against.
They still have the Serpent Wards on Fade. Oh, no, never mind, because he's still Spear.
Radiant's bottom tower
I don't
is under attack.
think he used it, unless he used it for top, but... Man, Sccc is going to be loving life. You know, he's still not up there in the net worth. But, oh, XM, another blink forward. This time it looks like they should be able to catch out the Oracle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ownage, dominating spree for XM. Blink, Ogreax working on the Echo Saber as his second item. His top of the net worth. We do see the Zeus having a pretty good time. Emo 1-1 and 4th, 91 last hits, working on the Aghanims after the Aether Lens. He's also got that... Dude, he's got some really good neutral items. This is one thing. The tier 1 neutral items are so goddamn good for intel nuking heroes. Or just intel spamming heroes in general. Like Jelly, Mango Tree's really nice as well, just for that extra regen. You got Faded Brooch a lot of time, the extra mana. The Arcane Ring, Keen Optic, 1.25 mana regen, 75 cast range. Like, there's actually some really, really nice neutral items for some of these heroes. And he got 2 of them. Lucky man. Lucky man. He's got 11.4 mana regen with a bottle. He's got no care in the world. This dude's chilling. He's just going to free farm. So Dust did take that stack at the Ancients. So he's behind the Mars and the PA, but he's still trying to get his farm doing as best as he can as Radiant. I think about coming top. Mars does have a blink now completed. We see this is... I don't know... I thought Dire were going to play a little bit more aggressive with their magic damage early. The fact that JT has a blink now, I think you really have to utilize this. Gunbot, fade. Got Chalice coming over. Ollie's there, so at least the defensive support. Chalice doesn't really have anywhere to bounce back to. Goes to the Crystal at the last second. He's still further controlling up the Luna, who isn't getting the follow-up heal thanks to the Oracle, but he's back up to full HP. Serpent Wards are even going to get committed as well, and xNova wants to drop the ward just to see if Dire is sticking around for an engagement. JT is going to reel the blink straight on forward. XM's incredibly tanky with the 2100 HP. xNova can potentially... Oh, they stole the false promise. Now with the blink forward. RP finds 2. They don't get emo though, which they're going to be careful. There's a lot of their damage is going to be able to skewer to disengage. Luna will end up dying, and now with a further control, Pango, he's in trouble. xNova just wants to try and do whatever he can to keep the Pango alive, but won't be successful at doing so. So it's a couple of trades occurring down bot as Dire will be able to get both the bounties here. But you still see Phantom Assassins free farming. Now, Sccc hasn't had the mag and power for a while. He still does farm relatively fast with all this attack speed, so it's not the worst. Zeus went blink. Okay. I mean, I think you're positioning, you are already a very position-based hero, and you're going against the PA mag Pango, who's just going to be running like a froth dog straight on you. So I don't mind the, just position-based here. Keep yourself alive. But it's, honestly, we got a pretty even game. The fact that Radiant, though, are ahead of, well, mag lineups are slow. And as a 2, you're going to have the net worth, though, just because how farmed you are. But if you lose map control, it's a worry. You know, Kaka hasn't really utilized the Serpent Wards to find towers, which is a big thing. And Radiant's still holding this tier 1 mid. It gives them a lot more opportunities. Sccc, man, that's really, really greedy. Luckily enough, that fades there, and XM's actually going to blink forward. He doesn't have the RP, but they're going to be able to drop the Tombstone on top of the backline. Remember, they can't deal with this Tombstone, and now inside the river, they'll cancel the TP on Emo. Meanwhile, off to the western side of the fight, Sccc just solely brings down the Mars, and they're not done. Emo, will he actually pop out? He will. They've got the vision on Kaka as well. They're going to be able to bring all 4 down from Invictus Gaming, and now they can put pressure and take the tier 1 tower mid. A beautiful fight for EHOME. They just don't kill the Tombstone, man. This ability from xNova is causing so much chaos in the fight. And Mag is being this frontline, like 2200 HP with all the stats he got. They just can't bring him down. Yeah, the Vlads as well from Pango. There's a lot of sustain. 6-second cooldown with Soul Rip. Yeah, things are looking pretty good right now for EHOME. 4,000 net worth lead all of a sudden after that engagement in the T1 tower. They now have both their position 1 and position 2 at the first and second place of the net worth. And now Sccc is about to have a Deso, so if they win the next fight around Roche, they can definitely go take it. This is... They haven't really done a lot with JT's blink, which is a bit worrisome. Because when you go blinkers this early, you really need to find kill. Well, they did go, what, treads, earn. He did kind of tank up still. And they're actually just going to walk in. Die. They've got no vision in the area, so won't be able to scout this one out. This was Desto just gets delivered as well. Oh, they got the lucky shot. I always forget. Lucky shot's so goddamn nuts for Roche taking.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
What is it? 5 armor. You get the disarm as well. Kaka. I have no vision. This is completely different to what we saw in game 1. You know, it did help that they had the Beastmaster. As you will see. I mean, they're all probably just going to die here as he drops the Eclipse. He does have the second life, but they kill the Luna. Ollie's going to end up falling here as well. So, I mean, Ages is claimed. Chalice has to pop the ultimate here just in case he went for a blind TP. They even scan as well just to make sure he doesn't go away. They missed all their stuns. Okay. Man, if you actually survive there, woo. So what? You pop the Ages, you lose 2 heroes, you lose the Luna, which is the important thing. Who is 3rd in net worth? Oh, actually, IG. They want to pick off. It's on xNova. Without the Mars, he's still going to be able to blink forward. Can he get the Soul Rip off fast enough? He won't be able to, but Radiant, they can take the fight. XM blinking forward, shackled up. Looks like instantly Phantom Assassin's going to try and protect the Magnus by dealing with the Shaman. And they caught out JT as well. Clumsy net holds him in. Nicely done. It just feels like, how are you going to get a long duration shackles this game with a PA who'll jump you, with a mag who's going to jump you, or a Pango? Like literally, you'll shackle one of these cores, but the other 2 are literally just going to beeline for you, and that's exactly what they do. 6,000 net worth lead for EHOME. In the shining spot right now is at least the fact that Emo's getting farm, and honestly, the PA's not as ahead as to be expected. I mean, he's still very farm though. There was probably about a minute, I'd say probably 2 minutes where Sccc like didn't have Empower for that full duration because of the constant fight that happened down bot. But I don't know, like I don't really see what happens here for Invictus Gaming. Like these boys are going to know their win timing much better than I am, but it's. I thought they were going to try and put pressure on this kind of slowish lineup that EHOME have with the Mag PA. Like these are items that these are team heroes, I should say, that need their farm. Mag wants Blink Echo, PA. You can get involved a lot more earlier with the cleave, but still is going to be a little bit slower. And Dire had an immense amount of magic damage, and they're not going. I mean, Pango's got a hood, but there's no pipe on Radiant, so I don't know. I think the first like 10, 12-ish minutes had to be super important with just all their magic damage. And
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, can Luna be the raid boss as the game goes on? You are an agi hero, so you're going to have this natural high agility game for the armor. 3.4 every level. He's got 21 at the moment, thanks to the Manta as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But I don't know if Luna... Okay, so let's take a look. Radiant have a PA that's getting amplified by the Mag. You can also keep in mind that you're going to get amplified by Pango's lucky shot potential with the minus armor. Then for Dire, they don't really have any way to amplify Luna. It's kind of just only giving her, I guess an extra kind of life or extra 8 seconds to work around with the false promise is okay. But it's nothing to at least buff up your damage. So, and Radiant literally just, like, the target prioritizing on Radiant is you kill Oracle, you kill Shaman. Fade. Oh, I always wonder how many times this happens in my games. Where I am hiding in the trees and the enemy team is literally right next to me like that. Fade. Oh no! Oh, he gets a telekinesis, but he's still kind of stuck in the tree line. JT will be able to blink away Radiant. They are coming down super fast, though. Can he get a TP cancelled? Chalice's Rolling Thunder would have taken a bit too long. But XM, he's found Kaka. Not going to be able to get the skewer. Ollie as well with a TP out. A Dire. Wow, they all make it out. Okay. I literally always wonder, though, like, how many times in a game am I, like, an inch away from dying? Or, like, am I an inch away from getting a kill? Like, catching someone throughout the tree? Emo? Oh. That's how this game's going to go for the Zeus. Dire, they are smoked up. I don't think they can take a fight now without the Zeus. What's PA got? Oh my god, it's got BKB. Has Mag got BKB too? Yeah, this is what we said. Both when PA and Mag get BKB, this one's probably over. And it's looking like that. They're going to be able to take another tier 2 tower without any thought of a defense from Invictus Gaming. You know, bottom's at a decent stage where they can also take a tier 1 and probably even tier 2. They don't have anything coming out from Roshan, but just the brute force of their net worth lead and experience lead as well is going to be the big factor of them just continuing to take over the map. Top lane, Sccc pops the BKB, is going to try and kill off Dush. You need to get Ollie out of this. What? And XM as well pops another BKB. If Dire kite the BKBs, can they turn though? Chalice controlling up the Mars. They're on top of Kaka as well. JT, so not dead just yet up to the northern side though. So if one's dropped now, Mag's in trouble with Eclipse coming through. They'll drop the Tombstone with the Soul Root coming out, but it's not going to be enough. XM will fall. That's a big spree. JT stays alive as well. He can counter initiate with the blink on top of Chalice. And instead, he'll find SCC. There's going to be a Glimmer Cape there. Where's the follow-up damage? They're going to try and get in range. Kaka needs the follow-up stuns, but a quick Phantom Strike will provide the distance. Fade, he wants to try and counter, see what he can find. What? Like, that's... Making a play like that is potentially how you throw some lead you have. I still want to hang around as well. They know the BKBs are on cooldown. They don't care. They're going to try and burst down the Undying with the magic damage. They will be able to do so successfully if they use all their stuns, so they won't be able to find any more. Radiant really gave them an inch, man. That's both your 10-second BKBs and a big spree of the Mag, which was 684 gold to Dust, who's now second in net worth. He's almost got a Butterfly as well. So that Butterfly is actually going to be pretty big. That's a massive drop in probability, honestly.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know if that was a questionable move. Yeah, he's got Butterfly now. He's still underneath vision. They're going to be able to burst him down, I think. Dire aren't in the area. He's got a lot of agi, though. And now with evasion coming through, Dusk man to dodge. Can he disengage? Another miss. But he'll end up falling. Now Radiant, they've got a nice vision inside the area. Chell's going to try and pop the ultimate inside the choke point. SCC with the protection of the BKB as well. They'll bring down Ollie so he can't get any defensive items off. And meanwhile, mid, XM solo RPs up the Zeus. Nicely done from EHOME. Picks off the Luna. They bring down the Oracle next, and that gets rid of a lot of their survivability potential.
Death tax.
Now Chalice has even got a pipe as well, so the magic damage is going to start getting negated. The 11,000 net worth leaders, they're going to walk up higher gun with the catapult wave.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Dire, what can you do? You know the BKB's on cooldown, you know the RP Rolling Thunder's probably down as well.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
You're probably going to end up losing the melee racks. JT might have to jump before they disengage, but he won't have the team to back him. They're out of there. There's bounties to claim. Looks like there's still one down bot, so Radiant all three at the moment for them. Man, that's funny as. I didn't even remember when XM DC'd, but this is a team that rarely all chats. Or like, not all chats, I should say. Rarely uses voice lines. You know, there's some teams that, well, of course, everyone knows OG goddamn spams it.
Dire's courier
But you know, there's some plays or even teams as well that just pop those voice lines. Dire?
Dire are scanning.
It feels like a little bit of a desperation smoke. The scan does connect, but they're holding the high ground here from Radiant. Kind of aware of something's happening. They saw the illusion also die as well. So Kaka, unfortunately, kind of revealing that smoke. And Radiant, they might counter smoke here, and they will. They're going to link up the top where the lane's already shoved in, and they've got the outpost as well. They got to be careful because they're going to run up the high ground blindly, and Dive've got a ward as well. Kaka gets the Hex. Chalice going to blink on forward. Can they bring him down before the Rolling Thunder? He's falling low, but he's got the pipe and now with the spear. Chalice will end up falling. Now the Thunder Gods as well. Undying trying to join him in the Afterlife, but it's all up to Sccc now with JT control the protection of the BKB. Dust is going to try and deal with the Tombstone, which he will be able to do so, but the question is, I mean, you're just going to lose pretty much all the rest of your heroes. card bashed up. Okay, so Undying buys back. You lose Chalice, who I buys back as well. So it's a 2 for 3. In the end, Radiant come out ahead. They're also going to be able to take the Aegis after it as well. Kill it, get the gold. Oh no, they didn't. Also stolen Serpent Wards. Which is another thing, but...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The control isn't there at the moment for Dire. Like, Luna can't right-click anyone because it's her job to deal with the Tombstone unless the Serpent Wards are hitting it. And unless you get a really decent arena, then that's the only way to kind of lock Radiant in a place where Luna can right-click because you have such lower attack range. And Radiant are pretty mobile. Like, Sccc has got that Phantom Strike cast range, so, you know, massive range at 5-second cooldown. Chalice has got Blink, Swashbuckle, even Shield Crash, a little bit of positioning, Mag, Blink, Skewer, so it's very hard for them to allow the Luna just to have a free fight where you can constantly hit heroes. And, I mean, dude, Fade's got a goddamn Aghanims. They are so farmed. Some very good abilities to steal this game as well as Radiant. They give the Aegis over to Sccc. They also find the Orb of Destruction, which is disgusting. If either Mag or PA wants to hold it. So Mag's as well, the one with the cheese. But a 14,000 lead is Dire. I mean, they're honestly just grasping onto straws at the moment. It's a 96 I should say, probability. Can they offer up a good high ground defense? Dust is working on a Satanic, which is going to be actually pretty big for him. Cc. I get caught out here. Die have a very nice ward around mid. They're going to see them as well. Trying to go on top of Fade, who falls pretty low. JT is going to blink forward, but now straight away, Cc with the Abyss Blade stops the speed combination, so going to get dragged away, but Chalice as well. The Soul and Serpent Ward, they're all trapped in, and the RP follow-up. XM, he finds the Luna. JT will scurry himself away. Might get xNova, never mind. Quick Soul Rip for the heal. XM wants blood. I don't think he'll find it though, man. What a Serpent Ward block. And that's 3 dead. They don't have buyback on 2 of these heroes. They've already lost the melee racks, and with the Orb of Destruction, Deso, and that Armor Corruption, they're gonna have a lot of damage. Yeah, the Armor's got... They've also got an AC, so towers have negative. I mean, this one's over. I mean, they can just hit the throne if they want to. I don't think they care. You do have RP on cooldown. You got Rolling Thunder on cooldown, but Luna's down for 25, and if she buys back here, it feels rough. Fade, blink forward. It's got the Aghanim's Eclipse, which was stolen. You see the green beams dropping down from the heavens above. IG have got Glyph. Maybe they got Repair Kit. Let's take a look. Oh, well, they only got 2 neutral items. That just shows how far behind they are. We're gonna have to do something. Looks like it's a little bit too late though, JT. To try and protect it. But yeah, they know this one's over. Really nice performance from EHOME. You know, game 2 ended up dropping it, but you know, game 1 and game 3 looked really solid for them. That's going to be their 2nd series victory now of the China Pro Cup Season 2. IG are going to further drop lower and lower. They're already were sitting in last position, but now they're going to be 0-3. So, and you got to keep in mind, all these teams only play 7 games. So IG only have 4 more games to kind of jump back to middle of the table. But this is not a good start for them. You know, it is a new roster with Dust coming through the promotion from IG Vitality, but EHOME just look to be on another level against Invictus Gaming. They did take a map and force a game 3, so you got to keep that in mind, you know, trying to get the cohesion down pat. A lot of these teams though in China are pretty new, although we have seen the swaps for a while. It's been about a month and a bit, so yeah, who knows, they're probably scrimming a decent amount. There's always a lot of China tournaments as well, so they've probably got that practice coming up, but I think IG is one of the newer teams with the swap of Dust coming in. But EHOME, honestly, just a beautiful performance for them. You see, once they already felt really strong before the BKBs, but once they had them on both PA and Mag, they didn't really care against the damage that Invictus Gaming had. The movements, honestly, on the mag TPs, getting those pick off top and bottom with their TP rotations was really, really big for that hero. And just in particular from EHOME, because they played a very solid laning stage where they're able to get the lead and in the end, just take down the series here. So a beautiful performance from them. With that being said, guys, that's only our first series of the night. We got another 2-1s for your faces. We're going to have Vici versus Vici Gaming. And this is one thing that's sparking out. I mean, you let it through. You see how much priority they have. They literally just first pick it instantly. So, you know, this could be a little bit scary heading into it. Vici have got the hero they've been looking for the whole series, or at least I should say the whole group stages. And as we take a look though, Sparkin, they get their Rubik. That's another support. I mean, we've seen now the past series how much emphasis there's been on the Rubik. We're seeing time and time again, but the life steal is taken care. The Mars is out. We got the Phoenix and the Io banned out as well. Who had first ban?
Vici
I did
Gaming's
okay.
turn to pick Lena.
We're gonna Lena. Whoa, is this? Hang on, what? I don't like a Rubik Lena
Dire
opener.
team ban.
Because don't you now reveal that the Lena is going mid? I guess you can Rubik 5, but does Rubik 5 really feel nice? Like, that feels really greedy. There's a hero that does a lot with experience and a lot with gold as well. So I mean, I'm surprised that they open up with a Rubik Lena, because it feels like it now reveals that Lena's going mid, but we'll see. And for Vici, they go for the Wind Ranger. They do have already a lot of burst damage though for Sparking Arrows, so it's not like Wind Ranger. Like, there's a hero that doesn't mind versing like any physical heroes, because you've got that evasion.
5 seconds
You
remaining.
can run into the middle of the fight, not really have a worry in the world, but there's two heroes that kind of make it a bit difficult for you to be able to do that. So yeah, we saw earlier in the day the Wind Ranger have a pretty good performance. It was, you know, Emo looked strong on it. They did get to a state. It was a pretty rough game though. It was a pretty rough game for at least in general, from Invictus Gaming with that Wind Ranger. But yeah, Emo looked good. So this is now our, I believe, second time we're seeing the Wind Ranger through the group stages. So second time for the Bloodseeker.
5 seconds.
But I'm excited to continue seeing how Vici are able to play. Oh yeah, actually, never mind. Sparking Arrow have played Lena as a 5. They do give it to XCJ. That's actually, yeah. Never mind. I have seen that. But I think XCJ played it yesterday and maybe even the day before as well. But yesterday, Sparking Arrow did get 2-0 versus EHOME, so maybe coming off a loss there, which was pretty convincing.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
We take a look. Morphling, Faceless Void, second phase, a lot of core heroes getting prioritized. Sparking Arrow actually get rid of some of the pushing heroes though, with the Death Prophet, with the Leshrac. Very good ways to be able to take these objectives and push down, and the Spectre's also going to get dealt with. Because they open up with two very squishy heroes like the Rubik Lena, who are position based. The Spectre's a hero that can... But you can't do anything. You can't do anything about your positioning against a Spectre. He's going to find you anywhere you are. And now we see the scary Vici Elder Titan. A China Elder Titan in general is something to fear. And now a Vici Elder Titan as well is just on top of that is goddamn scary. So now you've got incredibly strong lanes. Ones that are going to be constantly brawling to enable kind of this Bloodseeker thirst.
5 seconds remaining.
And now they can go for more of a, not as strong of a laning carry if they really want to. Seems like we've been seeing a lot of the position 5s, Undying, ET, Ogre. A lot of emphasis on these heroes so far as well.
Sven stands ready.
There's Sven.
Dire team pick.
Don't you just get kited with Rupture? And they even pick up the PA. How's the matchup PA Sven? Because I thought Sven with Warcry feels nice, but this hero doesn't really like to build MKB, which is another thing. Instantly into the Timber.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
So they're going to have to ban out a couple counters. The issue that they picked the Phantom Assassin, now it shows they're 1. So it means that Vici Gaming can't pick a Monkey King here and put the Monkey versus the Timber. You are into a Bloodseeker though, and which the Rupture, I mean, it puts the
10
Timber in place, it puts the
seconds
Sven in place. These are two heroes that want to be moving around in fights. The Blood Rights, pure
5
damage,
seconds remaining.
but it looks like a pretty good Timber game, honestly. There's not a lot of burst damage.
Dire team ban.
Kind of just this constant little bit of chip coming out. And it looks like you're probably looking for both mid laners here for either team. For Ori's hero, for Dstones hero, the Invoker and the Lesh is both out of the pool, which we've been seeing Dstones play a lot lately. But Vici gonna need some magic damage burst potential to deal with the Timbersaw in the mid lane. The Pugner and OD are usually the best. So nice prioritization from Sparking Arrow, just with that 8th pick into the banning phase. They'll protect their Timbersaw. What else could be available here for the mid? Could we see something like a Zeus or... I mean, they need magic damage, which is the big thing.
10 seconds remaining.
But they might just get on top of the Zeus, though. You could Bat Rider.
5 seconds remaining.
But you want to be in the lane versus the Timbersaw, which is the big issue. But never mind, don't worry about the Bat. For Sparking Arrow, you can flex the Lena if you want. Like, this could be a Lena mid, or it could be a Lena 5, and they can go for their 5 or 2 here if they want to. It looks like Vici Gaming are anticipating that this is going to be a Lena 2, so they're banning out a couple of the Storm, the Void Spirit. The Ember's still left in the pool, and there is not a lot of catch potential. So something like an Ember could be relatively nice. Yeah, very honestly, not good way to deal with an Ember at all. Someone up in your face without the stuns should be a pretty free game. They really like this Lena, which is interesting. Do they want to give it to Dstones though? Like, they definitely can. And Vici also have their flexibility as well. You can put the Wind Ranger mid, you put him in the 4, they're gonna Ember. Okay. So now you see the matchup. Razor could be okay actually from Vici. It's really good versus Ven and Timber, and the lane matchup versus Ember is really good. It could be a little rough. It is there. It's a potential. Because I'm trying to see what else they can do to deal with the Timbersaw.
5 seconds remaining.
Is Viper actually in the pool? Viper could be okay. The matchup versus Ember's, I mean, range versus melee, Ember hates that. And then you get the Nether Toxin to deal with the passive. It's not the burst potential, but I think at least, and you might not have enough stuns to hold them in the Nether Toxin. You're really reliant on the Wind Ranger multi-hero Shackles. And kind of the Echo Stomp to do something is... And I don't think you can go for someone who can buff up the PA. I thought about Mag for a second, but then that doesn't seem... Like, that would be really, really greedy, and I think you just get run over if you do Mag. But I was thinking about some way they could kind of amplify the Phantom Assassin. But Vici, I mean... We usually don't see Ori have this ultra last pick, but the fact that they're going to hold it out for him. Get the favorable matchup against the Ember. Let's see, what do they go for?
Choose your
Okay.
throw.
Is that a snap? No, snap 2. There we go. Do we like this? It is a lot of magic damage. It's also with the Bloodseeker as well, which is nice. That's another thing, like, Old 11's Blood Rage is actually going to help out a decent amount to kill off the Timber. But I feel like the laning stage, is this not decent for Ember? Because you're never really going to get cookied stun, you'll always be able to dodge it. That's an awesome Wind Ranger too. And Sven's going to build a BKB. Ember's got that Flame Guard. We'll see. I want to see how this Snapfire works. They've got a nice gobble up potential. If you can have a pretty good lane, which I think he should, you're probably just going to trade farm in this matchup. Has he used it? Yeah, he used it. Nice shot. How are they stacking near the Ancients? Double. Just a double. So yeah, we'll probably see him rotate down and take the bottom side of the map because they don't have anyone else to play the triangle. And then you'll see Timber. Well, you can put Lena or Rubik in the dead lane. That is at least the nice thing about having these two heroes. Like, yes, you're really squishy. But once you get out of the laning stage, like, both these heroes can kind of play the dead lane and shove out the wave. Rupture. With the shackles, nice catch here. God King will fall. Really nicely done. We've seen Old 11 have a great start to this game. He's going to be going for an ATOS next as well. Against a lot of heroes that are position based and want to be kind of up in your face, just stopping that potential is going to feel nice. So very nice guaranteed setup as well. As they're hunting for September up top. He showed very deep here as he's got a TP, but even with the Mortimer Kisses should be able to cut down the tree. PYW, can he get there? No, he doesn't. A little unfortunate there. Went out to that northwestern side, which allowed him to survive. I'm actually so surprised at how Erica is this farmed. Level 9 compared to the 7. So it's going to have a very good timing as we see XCJ snuffed out indeed as the maxed out power shot. Why? What you doing here, brother?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
My dude
attack.
is completely zoning out DY. Is he just ultra dead or no? They've got Rupture up in a couple of seconds. They need the vision of the hold from the shackle. PYW, can he get it? There's another tree to latch to. There's the blood right. With the Rupture follow-up, is going to take immense amount of damage here. He does have a couple of rotations in, but the Hood's going to give him a lot of protection as well. It's a nice Earth Splitter as well in that choke point. Flyby doesn't take any damage for it. Must have just got out of range. In our Old 11, they run up into the triangle camp where God King's already set up, but they get the shackles landing on the tree. Without that ulti, God King doesn't feel content with fighting, and they force the Timber back even further. Nicely done on Radiant. That's a big kill on this Ven as well. You're slowing down his farm. Ags queued up as the next item. Meanwhile, you take a look. Erica's just farming up the triangle camp. What they steal. Scatter Blast. That's so much damage. 290. Enemies caught at point blank range. I actually didn't even know that. I learned that ET's Stomp's physical. Now they got a cone as well. Didn't even read the ability properly. There we go. So it's I mean, it's still even game. Like, even Radiant have 6-1 kill count advantage. It's a very minimal net worth lead for the boys over on Dire. Radiant do have a very good experience lead as Flyby mid, once again, stuck with the Rupture, so he's just eating kiss after kiss on the forehead. That's a big kill, which they, if they want, they don't really put pressure on objectives though. They don't have no one to hit them. And Dire can always just shove out the wave as freely as possible. But yeah, that's a big kill. Honestly, that's 2 deaths now for Timber, and you've got to be careful because this hero, as the game goes on, you know, it's a decent Timber game. It's definitely not the best one out of them all. September? He's moving really fast right now. He's going to be able to set up for a couple of TP rotations. DY is ultra dead. Second kill here for Dstones. We're seeing him start to catch up in the farm. He's going to be working for the Maelstrom next. But yeah, Timber, if you're a hero that can really snowball in it, and you're super strong early on with how much sustain and how tanky you are. But if you kind of feed away a couple of kills, you might lose that power aspect, and it might make it difficult for you to be able to then scale into the later stages. Because we kind of see what's already going to happen as the game goes on. They've got a lot of like kind of zoning, kiting abilities. Like they've got Rupture Blood Right, which forces him to kind of hold his ground almost, or keep running from the Rupture. Mortimer Kisses. Like, he just has to eat that, eat the Echo Stomp, eat the Earth Splitter. That is a very good Battle Fury timing. I'm still so surprised how far Erica is. That is a massive timing for them. I'm going to smoke up. XCJ is not really the target they want. They do see Ember playing down in the bottom lane. This is a difficult hero to catch. They seem remnant where they've got vision though. Let's see if PYW can find the high ground. Shackles, he will be able to get the connection. And now with the blood right fold, XCJ is going to try and cancel it. He's still got some Flame Guard magic immunity, but the silence is there at the last second. And now trying to utilize the mortar of Kisses. He's still got a couple remnants if he can get it off fast enough. Kisses lands with the rupture as well, prevents him from being able to run away. Now XCJ, he might get chased underneath the tower. Shackles lets the blood right connect, but wasn't on a tree, so it didn't really enable them to... Didn't make him feel comfortable with diving under the tower. They do see Flyby though. I don't know if they can get this kill without Rupture, but they're going to try. Shackles once again lands. XCJ's there with the Hospital Fall. They got the chain locked down. Timber can get the hood off fast enough. However, their active stacks coming up to 24 now. So Flyby will be able to scurry himself away.
Dire's structures are fortified.
A natural order as the game goes on will be very, very annoying. That max HP is damaged as well with the Earth Splitter. I honestly think they've got a decent way to deal with Timber, because I think Phantom Assassin's pretty good, honestly. I think at the later stage, PA's someone who has an immense amount of minus armor, which can actually just kind of crit down the Timber if he doesn't have any reactive stacks. You see he's building armor though, already going for the Lotus Orb. He's got that casual plate mail, but SAG wanting to dive mid. Here comes the rotations. They're all going to gloop up with the blood right here. Even Atos up old 11. But this is going to be a 3 for 5 because you know you don't have the Phantom Assassin who wants to join in. They do just get the Aghanims though, so let's see if they want to reveal this. What's Vanguard? I haven't seen so far. He's actually going second item Ags. Okay. We're going to try for Atos. Blood right. Doesn't really... Oh, they got one creep still to shackle to PYW. I was thinking in my head, like, I don't know how this glob's gonna work, because they probably kill the full creep wave and then he wouldn't have anyone to shackle. But that creep on a slither of HP. And now even Erica wants to show up. He gets 281 gold for that kill. Now he's probably going to be able to take a tier 1 tower to his name as well. Oh, XCJ. They want another shackle off the mark, but they got the Atos blood right. Just out of range, unfortunately, for the Kisses. It's a zoning ulti. Who cares? You get the tier 1. That's very important for them. There we go. Ags first on this. Well, yeah, Ags picked up on this Ven. Maelstrom picked up as well from the Ember. So a couple of items starting to come through from Dire. Sven's been able to do relatively... I mean, the fact that PA is ahead of this Ven, I'm worried about. Because Ven naturally has... He built Midas, which is cheaper than the Battle Fury. And he already has this innate farming mechanic with the cleave. So the fact that PA's ahead... showing how well Vici are doing, knowing that they can make as much space as possible for Erica and just keep him farming around the triangle camp.
Is under attack.
And they don't really have too many vision as well, but it's just them knowing you need to keep this tier 1 tower mid alive as Dire. They're going to be able to cut off this movement down to bot to try and attempt to kill on top of the Timber. Can they burst down Rubik though? PYW's taking the full brunt of the force of the magic damage, and now Rubik, he's going to be able to stay alive, old 11. Relatively tanky with the Essence Ring. But get the stun onto 2 with the blood right set up. They might be able to kill Lena, but I don't think they'll get Timber. Oh. He's taking no damage. Nicely done. 1 for 1. They're actually still going to stay. They got the gobble up. They want September instead. Oh, look at him go. Even with the Echo Stomp, I don't think they've got the damage. They're going to try and lock him in. Reactive armor's only up to 7 though. Timber's going to be careful. The silence is there as well. Oh, there's no more follow-up. Meanwhile, top man fight battle. They want blood though. Dstones, he's going to come down. They get the root. Going to try and chuck up the mortar of kisses with blood right. It's actually going to keep Olderland alive. Now he wants to turn with the kisses. The Atos keeps him in place. Beautifully done. And now Flyby, he doesn't have any mana as well, so he can't kill off Ori. Man, what a play. They knew they could turn with the control with the Atos blood right, and Ori just dishing out. Now Flyby might actually end up dying. They get the power shot for the vision, and now with the shackles, sets up for the gobble up once again. The blood right will connect with the pure damage, and DY doesn't care that he dies here. He might not even die. He's so tanky. Radiant, protect the brother, and that they'll do. They might even find another as Rubik controlled underneath the tier 2 tower, one after another as Vici Gaming continuously chase down Sparking Arrow. That's a 3,000 net worth lead. And now all the outer tier 1 towers will be claimed.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Ooh, baby, Vici are playing really good. They get all 4 bounties. There's even a DD. They can... You want a Roche?
Cutting bounties. Double damage.
Fortunately, they didn't have a bottle. And Poyo... Dude, Eric is level 17. He's so farmed. He's so farmed. They're in trouble, actually. I feel like you Roche, right? With his... It's going to be super fast. You got Lil Shredder minus armor. Flyby might just get some vision. Actually, he's blurred up. Oh, he'll see the Blood Riot and Old 11, so they know this is happening. But Roche is already a half HP, and Radiant have a very good lineup to zone them away from Roche with Blood Riot and ET. But ET's not actually here at the moment. Gotta be careful, Rupture. What did they steal? They did steal the Rupture. Now with the Mortimer Kiss is just zoning up at Timber. It's about half damage. Also coming up with the Rupture. Timber's just going to end up dying. And now Erica as well jumps to another. It's still got the double damage rune to be able to utilize here. So just the pure damage versus the Timber, man. They picked it into the Bloodseeker. Like, I don't know.
Radiant's
I don't know.
bottom tower is under attack.
This is a rough. It's not a good game. Your percent damage from the ET ulti from the Rupture.
Radiant's
Multiple
bottom tower
pure.
is under attack.
And now PA's ahead of you as well. Like if you're ahead of the PA's at Timber, then you feel okay because you've got an immense amount of armor and probably a lot of the time you've already got reactive armor stacked up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
But it looks
attack.
like they're really just waiting for God King to get MKB. Like this is the game from them. But eventually Old 11 probably goes like an Aghanim this game and kites the Timber, kites the Ember. Does it give 2 or 3 charges? Gives 2, okay.
Radiant are scanning.
So I don't know. I mean, this MKB is there, but you're down 7,000 gold and potentially might just have Flyby die as well. They've got a really nice ward, so they know that no one's on the backline unless they're smoked up. But I mean, they see Dstones mid. So seeing the Ember, do they want to go for it? Let's see. PYW. There we go. Straight on top. He's got the Lotus Sword, but it's not matter. Shackle still connects with the Blood Riot follow-up. Timber will pay the price there. I think the Shackle connected on DY as well, but...
Is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Radiant actually even glyph.
Radiant
Keep the creeps alive.
are
I mean, PA now
fortified.
has a BKB. Let's take a look. What do we think the
Radiant's middle
probability
tower
is,
is
guys?
under
I'm going to go about
Dire's top tower is
82%.
under
We'll, 22... No, we'll go 23 minutes. I'll show it, because I'm intrigued. We'll check everything else, though. Actually, I might do it before this fight if they take it.
Dire's top
Yeah, they're going to take a
has
fight.
fallen.
Oh my god, 98. God King, gobble up. Doesn't actually connect. He doesn't want to fight though without the MKB, so he's going to have to retreat away. ET's falling low with the Guna Blade. DY actually still with a wand. Gets a little bit of help, but they got the ATOS to be able to cancel the TP. There's Ven. He hasn't showed up to any fights in the crypt from Poyo. Brings him down. This whole game, SAG have just been waiting for Sven to hit the MKB, but
One down.
he's going to end up falling. Now further delaying that. A 8,000 net worth lead for Vici Gaming, as they now have a couple of towers left to claim. So we'll have the Aegis for another 2 minutes 30, and Erica's working on the Aghanims next as well. They are playing very passive. I mean, BKB almost on Dstones. That's probably when we're going to see him get ultra involved. There's a lot of just chain lockdown as Flyby. Gobble up. Doesn't get a stun, but it doesn't matter because Erica wants to be straight on top of them with the BKB and a couple crits. He might just even jump Flyby as well. Look at the damage. Oh my god. Second tier 2 tower is going to get claimed. Even bots pushed in as well. So if they want to go back and get that after. Seeing DY run around with the Imp is so funny.
Is under attack.
Oh, the Courier?
Dire's courier
Okay.
has been killed.
Waiting for the MKB. 110 gold. You love to see it. There you go.
Dire's
All
bottom
outer towers now
tower is under
claimed.
attack.
As Dire just... they can't do anything. It really feels like these 2 supports... I think this is where you see like a Rubik Lena support duo feels a bit
Dire's
rough.
bottom tower is under attack.
You have Ember to make the plays, but he hasn't really been setting up. Like, Dstones just trying to find that BKB, which he now has. But I'm worried that the physical damage and just the chain lockdown. Gold King's going to TP out.
My life easier.
Sorry, if they check their high ground obs, they're going to see the bounty's not there. Radiant, I want to see them protect this Observe Ward. And I actually want Flyby as well. The up Rupture. He gets a Lotus. It's a nice two-man chance as well. The Shackle's not going to latch. They're decently controlling up here. They've got to be careful. Here comes Sven finally showing up to the fight with the BKB pop. Eric is going to try and turn now as well. God King will end up falling. Finally, he shows up, but doesn't take a successful engagement as the Aegis will get claimed. But what's the price as Dstones has no remnant? That's it. They'll call it quits. Man, Vici Gaming force SAG to tap out 25 minutes in.
Vici Gaming. Victory.
This was, I don't know, this felt like they picked these heroes into Vici Gaming. Like, you picked the Timber into this lineup where, yes, in the lane it's going to feel pretty decent, but as it showed in the game, I'm still so surprised at how farmed Erica was. That's big props to Erica. Erica's farming patterns that game were so on point, and it was also big props to Radiant as well, to be honest. We saw just them constantly fighting, getting these pickoffs and giving the space over to the Phantom Assassin to be able to find the farm and get a really fast Battle Fury time. I think it was like 14:30 or something. Yeah, about 15. Okay, so we'll draft from Sparking Arrow, a little bit awkward. You see there's Ven, I mean, a hero that doesn't want to build MKB versus the Phantom Assassin, and I mean, going Ags first feels a bit rough. He had to go MKB anyway, but it just didn't matter. Not having a BKB, they completely kite you, and they just are so far ahead for once he shows up, it doesn't even matter. And I think just one takeaway I'll take from this game is Sparking Arrow, ban the Bloodseeker, don't let Vici get it. And that's it. That's the last thing I'll say about this game one. A beautiful performance from Vici Gaming. Very methodical. Just the Vici we've come to know and love with the dominant performance like that. But they're going to be able to take game one 25 minutes in with a 26-6 kill count for them. We'll take a short break, guys. Game two right around the corner. deal with it, but they left the Bloodseeker on the board,
10 seconds.
which I'm actually
remaining.
really surprised that Vici didn't pick up. In the last game, Sparking Arrow, they banned
remaining.
Life Stealer and Mars, which they go completely different. This game, they ban Io and Snap. Looks like they had to ban the Io just because they didn't have first pick. Because last game, Vici Gaming banned the Io because they couldn't open up with the they couldn't open up with the Io first pick, so they had to get rid of it. But we're not going to see the combo of the Mars and the Phoenix. Probably more likely it could be something
Vici
like the
Gaming's
Mars and the
turn to
Rubik
pick.
potentially, and
Disruptor.
we're actually going to see a Disruptor. So we've seen a couple of Disruptors so far throughout the group stages. It's had some decent performances. Earlier today wasn't the greatest, but it was intrigued about the pickup on the Disruptor, because
10
I
seconds.
think this hero
remaining.
gives you a very heavy
Dire
pick-off
team
reliant playstyle with a little bit of team fight, and now
Skywrath
Vici
Mage.
actually just going to the Skywrath Mage. So this is kind of a combo that we're seeing, the Mars Sky. It's kind of either Sky with like Legion, Mars, Clock, Axe even. But it's really nice. That spear is long enough
10
duration to pretty much get the
seconds
full length of the Mystic Flare. Very nice laning stage as
5
well, with
seconds
some
remaining.
magic, with some physical. And Disruptor won't be able to trade versus these heroes at all, which
Vici
makes me a little bit
Gaming's
worried. So they're going to
turn
have to
to
go
bat.
for a decent position one who will be aware that this is going to be a pretty aggressive lane that comes out from Vici. As we also take a look, Sparking Arrow, they're going to be the ones to pick up the Doom. So we've seen some pretty good Doom performances so far throughout today. We saw it
10 seconds
in our
remaining.
earlier series.
5
And
seconds
Dstones has
remaining.
also been the one to play the Doom a lot of the time. I mean, you always have the flexibility. Like Doom can be played in the off lane or the mid lane, so you can either give it to Flyby or Dstones, whatever they want to. They've got this ultra last pick where it's going to be nice to flex it.
Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
They banned the DP.
Dire team ban.
And the Spectre too. Okay.
Vici Gaming's turn
I mean, at the
to
moment though,
ban.
it's. I would have rather. I don't know. I don't know if I would have rathered.
Dire
It's like the
team
Doom.
ban.
If you
Dire
go
team
for
pick.
it, like, you don't really need to protect the Doom here in the second phase, which I really like when you have this fourth pick.
Vici
you go
Gaming's
Doom.
turn to pick.
Oh, so you go fourth pick with a carry or someone who needs 3 bans to protect it. But Sparking Arrow, they'll pick up the Tusk Scar here. We haven't actually seen too much of the Tusk, but it's going to be a very nice
10 seconds remaining.
supporting factor.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ooh, good old Venge as well. We actually haven't seen a lot of time. The Venge has been getting banned out actually. So we get this one actually picked up in the second phase here from Vici Gaming. It's going to give them a potential combo of
seconds
something
remaining.
like the Drow if they want to.
5 seconds remaining.
Even there's like the Medusa combo, but I don't know. We've spoke about time and time again where having at least it feels like every team has one person who can amplify your carry's farm or at least damage as the game goes on. You know, Sparking, they've got the Tusk. Venge has got Vici, you've got the Venge. You've got a nice swap combo as well if anyone gets Static Storm. It's actually a pretty good Venge game because you take a look, like, the survivability aspect where you just keep someone alive through the Static Storm. If whoever gets doomed, you give them some space as well just to be able to run away. I do like Disrupt the Doom though. That is actually one thing that I haven't brought up.
Vici Gaming's
The
turn
big
to
issue with
pick.
Doom is that if you have no stuns as a team, then the enemy's just going to run away and won't even care about your ultimate. But the fact that you have a glimpse to drag them back,
Vici Gaming's turn to
and they're actually going to go Jug. Okay, Sorry, Drow and Drow against the Jug. We'll see. I like Jug a lot versus Drow. You can build the Manta, but they have this natural Venge Drow. You can protect the Drow as well with the Mars.
Turn to ban.
But it looks like the Jug, they needed some form of... I mean, it's very similar. Jug and Lifestealers both kind of have the... They both kind of have the same play style of against the Mars, where you need some form of BKB piercing to not really worry about the arena. And also the sky is pretty full magical. They do have a wave to... It's always annoying though when you play a Jug or a Lifestealer when the enemy team have a BKB cancel stun. Or at least just to prevent like the Blade Fury TP out. So you can always keep that in mind. He can't really push as aggressively, because you're always swapping back with the Venge. And Vici here probably... I mean, I want to see them go for some playmaking like Spirit Hero, but any Spirit Heroes against Doom always feels rough, just how reliant you are on your abilities. But I think you just want someone else who can give the Drow, like Conquer actually looks... I like Conquer a lot because he's tanky and
Vici Gaming
can sit in the front. They banned Slaughter, so what, put Mars mid lane, Slaughter vs Jug, which feels pretty good. That's a lot of minus armor then as well. But yeah, I just want them to have some form of way to be able to protect the Drow, because right now it's Sky and Venge are super squishy. Yes, Venge has swap. Yes, Mars has a very good ulti to be able to kind of zone back with the rest of Sparking Arrow. But Jug's going to be running at you, Doom's going to be running at you. Disrupt are very good to punish your bad positioning. And let's see if they want to go with actually Agi mid here, because they've got Venge and Drow, which both enable like another form of a ranged Agi carry. They don't have this ultra last pick, so it might get countered. They ban the Invoker and the Darks here, so half thinking they get rid of Dstones Invoker, but then they get rid of the Darks here as well. Just another hero. Darkseid Tusk is very good, and again, just gets on top of the Drow. It's a big thing. When you got a switch hero like that, you kind of just want this lineup that just hunts her as much as possible. And Vici need to offer up a decent way to be able to provide some protection for Erica here.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Mag, what? I mean, it's actually going to be pretty nice with the Mars. Mars is going to be really farm this game and will do a lot of damage. So they got another BKB piercing stun.
10 seconds
The
remaining.
matchup Mag versus Doom is also very decent. I've seen, I can't remember who played it, but I think we saw it on day 1 or day 2. It was actually nothing to say's Mag, where he skilled the Doom under the tower and just solo killed him with ease. But they're going to pick up a Zeus. So ranged hero versus the Mag. We'll be able to play that one pretty easy. Again, we saw this earlier. Both these heroes are just going to get their farm. They don't get onto the Zeus well as well. I actually like Sparking Arrow's lineup, I'm not going to lie. I really like it. I don't know why they go Mag Drow. They're going to have a lot of physical damage. The BKB piercing control of RP is nice. They will come online like before the Jug. Like Drow doesn't need too many items. Mag will go Blink Echo, then you can feel really involved. But like I just don't know how you get to the Zeus. And now they have a Vision hero as well with the Disruptor, which is perfect. Like that's exactly what you want. You want heroes that can set up and allow you to get more glimpse pickoffs. This is going to be... It's going to be a tricky game for Vici, honestly. Well, they can end the game really fast. Let's think about it though. Like, they can take Roche super easy. You can pick off a couple heroes. I mean, this game's on Mag to get on Zeus, but... because Jug needs a little bit of farm. If Zeus has not a good time... I don't know, yeah, I'm still not seeing where the Mag comes into it, but I just think Vici might be able to have this timing where they've got Mag, who's going to have a high net worth, and Drow doesn't need too many items to do much early, whereas the Jug's going to be a little bit more slow. I mean, it looks like a really good Jug game, and I'm worried they don't get on the Zeus. So once Zeus gets items, and once he gets net worth, once, you know, 8th lens, Blink, you know, more cast range...
One by one, they fall.
So it's going to be difficult to catch Zeus as the game goes on, especially because this hero is so good against blinks. I haven't heard that voice line. That's actually a really cool voice line. Yeah, Thunder Gods with the global, just cancelling blink. Even the arc lightning range is super high, so it is going to make it difficult for you to be able to get the blink initiation. They don't. I will say Mars is probably one of the best heroes at least catching off these position-based range, because even if you don't get directly on top of them, the arena is really nice. See how this one's going to end up faring out here, but Spark and Arrow, they need a victory to try and force a game 3 here. They're currently sitting in 6th position. Vici with a series win is going to be able to jump themselves up to 1st place as well, tied with LGD. But, I mean, this top lane is going to be a lot of harassment. They actually put the... Okay. They want to aggro the Drow. I mean, the aggro from Vici is really bad.
The battle begins.
Like, having a triple range lane is not going to feel good if you want to go tri-lane versus this matchup on SAG. So you've got a Tusk who's just so good in tri. I will say Disruptor kind of wants levels. And Dewa actually even puts a ward up on that high ground, so... God King's like, I see you. This is what we haven't seen for a while, them blocking off the creeps. Forcing it under the tower. Look at that. I mean, Drow Blast hitting under the tower early is a very rough one. You see he's trying to use the frost arrows for a little bit of bonus damage. He got 2 last hits, 1 denied. God King actually will take a little bit of damage from this, but yeah, the lane's going to get shoved back out, and they're going to go with the tri-lane. So... top with the Mars versus the Doom, this should be pretty even. Both heroes are going to get farmed. Doom will have this natural Devour regen, so he'll be fine. Mars can kind of trade a little bit better early, but... oh, Disruptor actually. They don't have the Jug to pair up with the tag team, so this is going to be first blood down bot. And September's going to take a lot of damage of it as well. They've got Missile in 3 seconds, and the slow should allow DY to get it off. And with a concussive follow-up here, they're going to end up losing 2. What's going on? DY will get crit down, but now even God King's got to be careful because Erica just got the multi-shot. They're going to find all 3. What am I watching? I don't think that's lanes. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go.
Such as tomorrow.
Tag team is so good, but you don't have Jug right-clicking, and it just shot the right clicks are just like kittens getting chucked at you. Like it's nothing. What? Another, I mean, they don't have the creep equilibrium. So one thing, Dire, they block all the small camp, which is big. Super important just to get rid of that factor of being able to control the wave. And now this hard camp's going to be Dire's as well. You see they constantly, like they die. Yes, they die, but you take a look, they have the creep equilibrium because they had the creep wave under the tower to start. And now it's going to make it very awkward. Okay, they blocked the... sorry, they de-ward. There we go. Nicely done. They'll get the drag at least. We'll take a look at some other lanes as well. We got a chance. This is going to be a farm fest. It's literally just you want to keep an eye on bot. Mid's going to be a farm fest. A Zeus Fest mag. Nothing else to be accepted as September. They didn't have Drow to be able to help out with the frost arrows there, so... one thing, like, they probably need a ward somewhere to the, like, western side of the lane. Because you really need to know where the Tusk is playing. Because if they wrap around on these squishy heroes, like you see right now, they're going to be in trouble here as PYW with a snowball follow-up. They are able to hold them back. And now Dire, have they gone a bit too far, though? The damage is kind of getting spread. The Glimpse will drag away the Drought, so it stops the slow with the Frost Arrows, but PYW still will get the kill with the Arcane. Huh. Is this just that Vici are, like, super good? Lane's definitely not going as I expected, to be honest. I thought the try from Dire was going to be a lot better. But now they've fed away a little bit too many kills, where it could start getting a bit rough. I mean, you take a look though at the farm, like Drow's only got 11, Jug's got 15, so God King is doing very well in farm. This was mainly because of how the creeps were positioned throughout the lane. Gold 11. He just has spear back up. This is actually going to be a kill up top. Oh, it's only level 1. Okay. Fine. Even if he gets... Anyway, mid lane. What's going on here? Going to see some rotations out. So they're going to dip out of this try. Just securing the power rune. And this is where we might see September go top as well. Because actually Old 11's doing a lot better. Early on, remember that Devour region has been getting nerfed pretty heavy. Level 1 down to 1. Level 2, it's only 5. So yeah, not too much HP regen to help out versus Harass. And Mars is going to do a lot better. Like he went double Bracer compared to Doom's Bracer and 1. So there's a lot of stats for both, but a little bit more for Mars there. And he should be able to CS better too, just because of the attack animation from the Doom. And even PYW is going to come up. They did see that rotation. They also know that the Tusk is here as well. And now this lane feels pretty good because Jug can never really get on top of the Drow because of the Frost Arrows. And Disruptor doesn't offer you any real form of lockdown either. Like Glimpse level 1 doesn't do anything. Kinetic Field, if you can get in range, doesn't do much either. So we got the bounties across the map though. Looks like it will be 3 for Dire. Tusker snipes one of them up top. They do see September doing a little bit of shenanigans. He's actually going to TP down bot. So this should give them some information. You see instantly Radiant going to back off as XCJ was hunting. I like that ward a lot. It's easy to de-ward off this side, but they just needed at least a lane ward to help protect the Drow.
Yes.
And now Radiant, they're going to rejoin. Actually, Mag's coming down bot. Well, they'll find DY, but they might just be able to turn it with the skill 4. Kinetic Field still hops them back. It looks like XCJ is going to pay the price here as they get the Glimpse. Snowball will give the Tusk a little bit of space. Man, he's still got Skewer up in a couple of seconds, so because of the Arcane Rune, so September, he could be in trouble. Even God King as well can't really do much to protect September. They don't want to commit the RP, a little bit unnecessary. Nicely done. Although he doesn't have TP. Yeah, they're going to find him. I feel like they don't kill him though, because if they try, he's got RP and a Drow there. Oh, Doom. Jeez, man. Old 11 almost did it. 3-point spear would have. But you do want that God's Rebuke in a 1v1 matchup is really nice for Harass. You can spam it a lot easier than the spear. You just don't have the mana pool to be able to do so. Man, Radiant's tri-lane has gone a lot better than I expected. Skewer. Zeus actually going to TP down bot. They don't have vision of this at the moment. They're going to be careful and ready. They might feed a couple of heroes. Die without the stuns though is the big issue. And meanwhile, the Mag being bot has just kind of freed up this mid lane for PYW. He's just trying to get a little bit of experience, soak that bad boy up. In level 4. Oop, September. Been very awkward the movements up to top. We've seen a lot of kills down bot, pretty much all. But 8 kills. This is a much faster start to this game than what we saw in game 1. Game 1 was kind of just a little bit of a farm fest, try and get some CS, but both Jug and Drow were farming very, very nicely. Drow's already got double Wraith Band with the treads. God King could actually be in trouble here. They're going to Glimpse drag away Ori. Once again, this rotation from Mag has been completely nulled out. I mean, I will say Ori did get, those kills down bot previously, but it wasn't on the Jug, which was the big one. I wouldn't say nulled out actually, but that rotation feels a bit of a yikes. But they are farming very, very nicely, at least on the side of Radiant. Minimal net worth lead, considering. Take a look. We're probably going to see some action continue to occur. Maybe a little bit more at the top side as they find the Tusk. He's got this snowball to be able to dodge this spear, but he doesn't get it off fast enough, and the Doom's a bit too late as well. And now the arena also protects Mars. Looks like Flyby just wants some revenge on PYW. He doesn't have a point up in the Infernal Blades, but it looks like PYW doesn't even matter.
Dire's
He'll
middle
be able to
tower
scurry
is under
himself
attack.
away now. Meanwhile, down bot, Gorky. It's alright.
I will not.
Have to attempt the TP out. Will he get there in time? He will. No point in Infernal Blade. Lightning Bolt wasn't available. Although Dstones might just get a kill on DY at least in return. Got the Thunder God still with the Arc Lightning. Pop it. Doesn't even need it. Nicely done. Dominating spree for Dstones. He's having a very good performance on the Zeus so far. Bit of a whiff on the RP. But at least Mag gets out. Drow will end up falling. But Dire is still doing relatively okay. God King's actually going Mask and Madness into the Desolator. Very interesting build. Actually, I have seen this before. I saw Arme do it when he was on CDC. He went Mom, Deso, I think there was one more item into the Aghanims, but I don't, maybe it was third item Ags? No, I think it was Mom, Deso, was it crit? No, I don't think he would have gone crit. I can't remember now. I definitely remember the Mask of Madness, Deso, and the Aga.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it's going to allow him to join up a little bit earlier. That minus armor, though, with the Mask of Madness. Huh, because there's a lot of physical damage from Radiant. 6 minus armor with the Wave of Terror. You got the Mag, you got the Drow. But all equal in the towers at the moment. Just one apiece from either team. As we've got a lot of kills, but it still feels like this is somewhat of a passive game almost. Either team just... Actually, I think there's a smoke up. Did I hear one? I did. They're going to try and see what they can find here. Nice observe ward from Radiant though, so they're already going to see Dire positioning pretty aggressively. Although Old 11 could be in trouble right next to the tier 2 tower with a defensive arena. It's going to give him enough protection like Glimpse, drag him back into the Static Storm. With the Thunder God's Wrath, that's going to be the extra damage required to be able to secure the kill. Radiant, they are coming over. I think this Thunder Gods would have scouted them out if they were checking. Although they still have the blink now and going to get revealed here from Ori. The silence prevents the Blade Fury. Nicely done from PYW. He's level 9, man. This is going to be worrying. 3 points up in the Ancient still. That instant cost. They didn't even have to pop RP as well. And now they might have another crack. Flyby. RP into Skewer. They've got a TP rotation coming through for the Mars. Doom's incredibly tanky. They might have to swap him back to the Skewer from Old 11 under the tower. He doesn't actually go too far away. Now with the shards, allows Flyby to protect himself with the high ground. Poyo can get in range with the multi-shot, shows he will be able to. Now they'll secure the kill on the Doom. It has taken them a little bit of time to do so, so it allows Dire with the TP rotations. They haven't been able to bring down a second. Now with the on-slash Old 11, he's in trouble. Hangs up the full duration of the slash, but they're still going to swap back in our God King. He doesn't have anything defensive, but another silence once again from PYW. But Ori, he wants blood. He sniffs it out under the T1 tower. XCJ will pay the price. It's a double for the Sky. They can go back in if they want to. Dstones are going to be relatively careful because PYW, he sniffs him out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very good trade for Vici Gaming as they just lose the Mars. And they're going to be able to put some pressure on top of the T1 tower mid. That one will end up falling. That's a big tower now to be able to claim. That gives you a lot more. Dude, PYW's the same level as Erica. He's 7-0 on 3. Uh-oh. He's been popping off. Yeah, taking that T1 tower is going to give you a lot more opportunities to be able to take Roche, considering you've got a very, very good Roche taking lineup already. Oh, nice shards. EY's almost got swap up, but man, that tag team with Warrior's Punch is so much damage.
You've got the blood on you.
Crazy. 535 with one right click. Ori, Shockwave, Skewer. No, I mean, Sky's coming in shortly. He's got the Snowball back up as well, so I think September... The Shockwave is maxed out, so the cooldown's incredibly low, especially with the Arcane. We haven't seen too many pickoffs come through from this Zeus Disruptor combo, which is, I don't want to say worrying, but this is a hero that really relies on, I mean, he hasn't got maxed out Glimpse. This Creep Wave should give it to him. But this is a hero, yeah, you very much rely on finding pickoffs with that high leveling Glimpse. So, you know, hopefully we're going to start seeing that come through from XCJ. Dire always need to keep this bottom lane shoved in, because if they don't, Raiding can then offer just to take Roche. If bot's shoved in, then they don't lose an objective for getting Roche. Ward's going to get placed. They don't really want September. They might have to get it, though. Jug would have been definitely the better target, who actually could be in trouble here with Old 11 coming around. He doesn't have the Blade Fury. They're going to drop the arena just perfectly placed. Even though they missed the spear, here comes the Goon Squad of Vici Gaming. Quick Silence prevents the ultimate from dodging anything. That's probably Roche. Oh no, Drowsbot actually, never mind. Another nice pick off for them. Jug, 5 deaths this game. Just hasn't really been able to get a foothold as he's falling further and further down the net worth graph, and Old 11's got to blink as well. So XCJ, bye-bye Disruptor, you are super dead. They're trying to TP in Old 11. Can he blink? He actually doesn't get it casted out fast enough, and now with the magical damage from Dstones to help out, even Flyby's going to get involved as well with the Doom. Before the Skewer, DY's got a swap, but he's still stunned up. If they can continue chasing, Flyby moves incredibly fast. The Atos will give him some space with the wraparound. Jug won't even be able to get there as well. So it's a wicked 6 streak for Dstones. He's been having a very good game so far on the Zeus. And we did bring up that it's not going to be an easy time for Vici Gaming to find the Zeus throughout these fights, but it just feels like it's... for you to have a good game, it's the rest of the team is slowly suffering. Echo Saber... Oh, Ori's a... That's okay. He's second in net worth. He's actually still very farm. 137 last. It's top of the graph. Almost in every chart. Man, he's godlike. What? Oh, it's so crap versing a Scythe mage that's fed. You can just pick heroes off left, right, and center. I mean, Dstones, they are baiting. This is a really good play. If they get the Sky kill, it's going to be a lot of gold, and it looks like they will. 640, and a meanwhile top as well. Ori's going to try and solo kill off the Disruptor. He's got a TP, he's just going to go for it instantly. I don't think the damage from the Jug's enough. Oh, that feels bad. Okay, so 1 for 1, but Dire do get a lot out of that kill with the Sky. Yeah, you see the bait coming through with the Zeus. Nice heads up. Was just tanky enough to survive through. If he had level 2 in Mystic Flare, that probably would have been enough. And now that's going to be the Aghanims completed for Zeus. So it has this good old Nimbus potential. That's a really, really good neutral item for Zeus this game. He's already got the 8th lens for the cast range, better position, you know, he's got some movement speed as well, and mana. Plus with the Mango Tree, we highlighted earlier how good tier 1 neutral items are for any mid lane intel spamming heroes. Well, speak about good neutral items though, Drow's got the goddamn Grove Bows. They're going to try and smoke up. Ori's a very hard kill with 2400 HP. They're about to get the vision of him. Ori is in trouble here as they commit everything. That's a lot of hate. Radiant, they can take a fight now knowing all this is on cooldown. They'll drop the ward and see Flyby. They're walking inside Roche as well, knowing that the mag's on cooldown. They're going to need all the boys to come over as DY. He's face checking this. It gives some space for Erica just to freely right click as the BKB is going to get popped. The straight on top of the swap actually pushes Erica inside God King, but it's a perfect arena protecting the Drow Ranger, allowing Erica to go to work. They find 3, and this will push Sparking Arrow away from the Roche pit. It actually might push Radiant inside the Roche pit as they don't have the Wave of Terror. It looks like the illusion to tank it up, and Erica's already got a decent amount of damage. And I mean, Dire do have a ward on the high ground, so they do know this is occurring. But it looks like they're not going to be able to offer up any defense, considering there's multiple heroes that are still dead and down for the count. So now you got the Aegis in the hands of Erica. You wouldn't want to lose the Aegis already. Okay. I was going to say, man, you are walking very aggressively there. Because we haven't taken a look at some of the graphs just yet. We'll do that 20 minutes in. 6,000 net worth lead for Vici Gaming after an incredible fight around their triangle camp. Looking good in all the graph department as well as Odd 11 mid lane. Shard's not going to block him in. PYW can just turn on the Tuskar here with the Mystic Flare Flybase. Just tanks up. No, not enough of it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Mars is going for a Lotus.
Radiant
I wonder if
structures are fortified.
Oh, Lotus is actually good.
Radiant's bottom tower
You just see
is
the
under
magic
attack.
damage from the Zeus is too much. Like, they don't have any way to protect him. He didn't go pipe. Well, no one's going pipe on their team, and he kind of wants a BKB as well this game. Lotus feels really good versus Doom, though.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Doom, even Tusk, it's good against the Omni Slash. Oh, that's it. I think it was Mask of Madness, Sunjin Yasha, Deso into Aghanims. That's what, I mean, if anyone was here earlier, that's what I was trying to work out if that was Arme's build or not that I saw a while ago. I think that was it. First T2 tower of the game is going to get claimed here. It was just after the 20 minutes, so they didn't get the bonus, or at least stopping the experience from Dire. But Doom's very far pushed up here. He's thinking about trying to attempt the solo kill. They're going to see at least one on DY. But they're going to, if they try and kill Old 11, they're probably just all going to end up dying. And oh, that took them way too long. He even still chucks out the Doom. He needs to run to the bench to get some protection. BKB popped. They'll drop the Nimbus as well. DY trying to body block here. I mean, it would definitely cost him his life. What? That right click. Has he got the Wave of Terror? Swap. Not in range. Needs one more level. But you kill Disruptor. Doom gets committed. Meanwhile, top, Ori. RP just onto September. Is going to try and skewer him further away from any help. He snowboarded himself as well. Ori might need some help because Radiant, Dire are coming over. But it's just the Zeus and Jugs a little bit too far away. So a couple kills across the map and Radiant should feel pretty safe with being able to take some objectives knowing the Doom's on cooldown for another 95 seconds now. Well, they actually want God King. Well, with Sky TPing in, this is definitely a kill. They're going to reveal the blinkers. Wow. Oh, dude. Snowballing Sky is like the worst thing to watch. Well, no, it's fun to watch. It's crap to play against. Drow just got BKB picked up as well. It's coming on the corridor, actually. Zeus on the backline. Nice initiation from Old 11. They got the multi-shot from downtown as well. Thanks to all this range with the Grove Bow and Dragonlance. Radiant, they want to take the fight, but I don't know if this works out. Die thinking about it. But they might just have to see all their towers end up falling here as bot's going to be the next aggressive play. Blink forward, flyby. Old 11. Got a little bit of protection in the hood. Erica's doing a really good job at zoning out the disruptor as well to stop the static storm. Now they can follow up PYW. There's the real carry for Vici Gaming as he drops the Mystic Flare. And even God King TP'd as well, so he's in trouble. He'll get the Blade Fury at the last second, but it doesn't matter. They can have another swap if need be, but the magical... Instead, the physical from the Drow is enough to go through the Blade Fury. They honestly might call it, and they do. This game has been a disaster. A 24-minute victory from Vici Gaming. They're going to force... Oh, they killed DY at least. They're going to force SAG to tap out. That is now another series victory from Vici Gaming as they're going to jump up to tied first place with LGD. They are 3-0 throughout the start of the group stages here on day 4. This is now going to drop Sparking Arrow to a 1-3 series count. And we've got to keep in mind as well that every team only plays 7 games. So Sparking Arrow, you don't have many games left. I mean, you got to verse 4 AM, you've got to verse LGD, and then you have to verse RNG as well. So, I mean, man, versing 4 AM is going to be a bit rough. And then versing LGD as well doesn't sound too fun either. So, for the later stages for Sparking Arrow in the group stages, it's going to get very difficult here. But about this game, Vici just... Man, the start to the game was a bit wonky. You know, we saw that tri-kill in the tri lane down bot, and from there it was just we saw honestly the Sky Show PYW 13-1-8 absolutely popped off, and we are starting to see this hero picked up a little bit more throughout the China Pro Cup. We've seen Invictus Gaming put some priority on it. You know, Vici played it a couple times. We've seen some other teams play it as well. Those, you know, maybe a little bit of a sneaky hero that might have some more playtime as we get to the later stages of the groups and even into the playoffs as well. But this is just a game where feels like the Vici Gaming actually outmaneuvered them across the map. And once they are able to kind of get ahead, that fight around Roshan, so the fight on the high ground was literally where it changed it, because it was about 1,000 net worth lead, like swinging back and forth. They got 4 kills and then ages, and once you get that, you literally just take all the outer towers and you've got no map control from there. Like Sparking Arrow were already kind of struggling and it was looking pretty grim. But with that being said, this is going to be our second series done. Next series, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be RNG versus Team Asta. Luckily enough, we are not going to have a 2.5-hour break in between this. Last night, we had to wait so long between second and third series. It already looks like there's, what do we got? 7 out of 10 boys in the lobby. So this one should be about maybe 15, 20-ish minutes. We're going to have an earlier start than what normally would be for the third series. So yeah, a short little break between the second and third, but it's going to be RNG versus Team Asta as the third series of the night.